and therefore must be eliminated on sight. Oh my goodness, really? The rogue druids glowered in anticipation. So says the forest. Oh, wow. Wow, we're going there. Alright, we're going there. Yeah. Iga and Ivisad. Let's take care of the non-named character first, because that makes the most sense. Ugh. Alright. Come on. Smack him. Smack him again. Smack him again. Alright, Myrth. There we are. Alright, now time for a heal. So tedious. Good stuff. Alright, Iga's right in front of me, so might as well. She healed up. No fair. Okay. Fortunately, their attacks are not really all that strong. Fortunately. Alright. There we are. Have to heal up. And down you go. One more. Ivisad. I can use the focus attacks now. You're no match for us. Just a little more. All right. Nice. Myrth closed her eyes to keep from seeing what she had done. Iga moaned and twitched. Saren walked over to her and kneeled down. I can heal you. Don't touch me. Saren shook his head in disappointment. We cannot do anything for them if they do not want it. We should report this to the elders at once. The small village was left to deal with their fallen druids as Myrth led Saren back towards Grand Tree. There, the Elder Circle met to discuss the threat of the isolationists and how best to deal with them. Though some elders agreed with the extremists, it was agreed that Myrth had taken the right course of action to stop the logging. A new druid would be assigned to that part of the forest, and the weapons would be confiscated to help with the front lines, rather than their private rebellion. To give Myrth more authority, the elders bestowed Myrth with a symbolic staff. Now all of the forest would know who really was its protector. You received the Staff of Piety. Perfect. Good job, Myrth. Good job. Nice. I'll take this. Wow. +4 damage, +2 attack, +7 magic. +9 defense, +3 speed, and spell regeneration +1. That is amazing. Yeah, these character quests are very, very good to do. Let's do Amukiki's quest. Finally, I can be in the back. Alright. Saren prepared to search for Amukiki's clan with him. Loren gave her 2 bodyguards permission to leave, knowing both would see that they each returned. Amukiki was usually only burdened with his weapon and armor, but now he was carrying a heavy-looking bag on his back. What is that? Food. The nomads have fled north out of fear and have left their herds behind. Amukiki was worried for his clan, even though they had shunned him. Saren thought about what Amukiki meant to do once he found his clan as they left camp. They knew that they would be spending several nights asleep in the fields. The plains were expansive, but you could see far. No nomads were in sight. That night, they made a fire. Amukiki opened the sack of food and shared it. They had been mostly silent the whole time, but Saren had questions. Why have you told no one of your exile? It is not necessary to know. How was it necessary that I know? Amukiki paused. You questioned my loyalty and pride. You needed to see that I am deep in both. Still worshipping the clan that tossed you out on your bum, I'll say. Amukiki's brow furrowed. Behind him, Saren spotted movement. Shadowy figures were creeping up on them. Watch out! Saren sprung to his feet and tossed Amukiki his weapon. The gladiator grabbed it and spun around to meet their attackers. The orcs screeched from having been discovered, but charged them anyway. Unfortunately, they did not know what kind of battle was in store for them. Oh, yes. They did not know at all. Not at all. Yeah, you guys are going to be toast. Nice. This is so much easier than the other ones. It's so much more different when we actually have somebody in the front line for once, because I am very much a backline kind of person, kind of character. Oh, this is worlds better.
This is your end.
This is your end. Good job, Amukiki. And let's add a little bit more defense. Gladiator has 100% chance of causing fear in the whole enemy first row for 3 turns. Yeah, but I like active defense. Increases defense value by 45%, but decreases speed by 15%, which is fine by me. He's my tank. The orcs were slain. It was only a small group, likely on patrol. No more fires or more will come for us. Ah, those were easy. Amukiki bent down and inspected the ragged clothing of the orc corpses. He touched their weapons and accessories with horror. What's wrong? These were made by nomad hands. Amukiki stood up and looked back at Saren with unmasked fear. They're preying on the clans. Saren steeled himself. There would be no rest tonight. Let's go. They took off from their campsite and spent the night and the morning traversing the plains as efficiently as they could. At last they saw a horde of orcs and heard faint screams. They ran for the orcs, even though they were still so far away. The orcs were more than happy to wait. With the pleasure. Ugh, amateurs. Ugh. Boo. Alright, fine. It's time to turtle. There we go. Nice. Nice. When the orcs were cleared, they saw all that remained. People of a barbaric culture were strewn across the field. This nomad clan did not survive. Amukiki was speechless. They desperately searched each person, but found not a single survivor. The gladiator could not contain his despair any longer and fell to his knees. Saren's throat went dry as he watched Amukiki tightly shut his eyes and shake. Saren felt a stabbing pain in his chest, just above his heart. The sight was not comfortable to watch by any means. The silence was filled by the sound of an army coming over the hill. But it was not an army. It was another group of nomads. They were shocked to see the bloody field, and then enraged. Amukiki rose to greet them, but the nomads assumed that they were responsible for this slaughter. The nomads attacked for vengeance. Oh, great. Oh, do we have to kill our own kin? This is not very efficient at all. Here. Shield defense. Alright, time to heal. Here, can I scare them? Yeah, there we go. Wow, alright. Here, heal you. And take that one. Sorry! But you kind of just overreacted. Self-defense at this point. Just a matter of time.
Did we just fight a battle? Notice.
Did we just fight a battle? I didn't notice. Loud and repetitive grunting slowed the attacks of the nomads, and they started pulling back as even more nomads came over the hill. Amukiki acted as a shield to Saren, protecting him from the great mass. How sweet. The grunts were coming from the largest man in the group. He stopped, and the warriors returned to the top of the hill. They stared at Amukiki and Saren for a very long time. Amukiki finally understood. We must leave. He led Saren in the opposite direction of the clan and traveled to a safe distance. This allowed the clan to deal with their people. They recovered the dead bodies and prepared them for a traditional nomad burial. Saren and Amukiki watched for many hours as the clan gathered stone to cover the bodies. Even though Saren had seen enough, Amukiki was not moved. He stood on the hill and watched the nomads ever intently. In the valley, he could see that they were being watched as well. Some warriors kept a close eye on them, but so did a few children and an older woman. While Amukiki watched, Saren retrieved the sack of food that Amukiki had dropped a short while back. Do we give them this now? Amukiki took in a long breath. Yes, all of it. But I cannot go. Amukiki gently took Saren's hands and opened them so that his palms faced outwards. Approach like this. Saren could hear the frailty in the gladiator's voice. Oh, this is it's really sweet. I really love it when very muscular and macho characters have a vulnerable side. It's the best part. I will. Saren slipped the food onto his back and walked slowly down the hill towards the nomads. Those of them that were watching grew defensive, and some children ran away. About halfway there, the older woman that was watching started to grunt in panic, stepping backwards. The largest man in the clan was quick to find his way in front of her. He protected her in a similar fashion that Amukiki had just protected Saren. He was sure to hold his hands open to show that he was weaponless. Hi, hello. They did not attack. Saren was afraid to move again. Instead, Saren retrieved the sack of food and opened it. The small group of nomads slowly advanced to see what he had brought. By now, the entire clan had stopped to stare at him. Inside of the sack was fruit and dried meat. The nomads' eyes lit up at seeing food, as if they had not had any for a long time. Saren noticed that the older woman and her mate were still glancing at Amukiki upon the hill. A small boy clinging to the woman's leg, however, was still looking right at Saren. Saren looked over his shoulder to see Amukiki waiting upon the hill, but his forlorn look was clear even from this distance. Saren looked back at the nomads. He misses you very much. Their eyes grew sad. The warriors took the sack of food and the entire clan gathered around it. The largest nomad still stood silently next to the woman. Saren felt that his time was up, and that they had done what they came for, so he turned to leave. Yo! Saren was surprised to hear the large man speak. Give! He pulled off a mighty shield from his back. He looked at it once before thrusting it at Saren. Ooh, a shiny shield. Give to who? Amukiki. Saren smiled and took the shield with a nod. Because I'm not going to use it. I can't use it according to the game. He traveled back up the hill and presented the shield to Amukiki. Why do you have this? Why do you think? Amukiki took the great man's shield with awe. It was battle-worn and primitively made, but hieroglyphics adorned it to show that it meant much more than just a shield. Amukiki finally took his last glance at the nomads as he put the shield on his back. The large man and the woman turned away to share in the food. I'm wondering if that's his parents. Amukiki started walking away with much effort. Saren walked beside him. And you have a brother. The gladiator slowed to a stop. Then he looked over at Saren. His eyes were full of longing, but at the same time, with content. Likely, just as prideful. I hope so. It is time to return. Finally. Saren had not appreciated how far Amukiki had come from his roots. Though he rarely spoke, he spoke fluently. And after meeting the nomads, it was clear why Amukiki would be offended to learn that his people were called barbarians. They did not live like the rest of the world, but they were as rich a culture as any other. That was sweet. On their trip back to Loren, Amukiki told Saren the whole tale of his life after exile. He was seen as an inferior brute, and worked demeaning labor for no pay. But the times when Amukiki spoke of the gladiator arena showed how much he valued that part of his life. It was likely the only way he garnered respect from the Empire, so that would explain why he had worked so hard to maintain it. Saren felt he had truly come to know Amukiki, and why he was so steeped in pride, because without it, Amukiki wasn't his parents' son. It still made Saren wonder why Amukiki felt he could tell him something he considered so private. "'Cause he likes you. You've received a shield of the bear." Shield of the bear? Oh boy. Wow. Alright, so this one actually gives him the least amount of bonuses compared to what I had before. But HP regen, +2, +7 defense, and threshold. However, he does resist a whole bunch of things. Confused, paralyzed, and tired, which actually is pretty fantastic. 2 more. Let's do Draco's. Here we go. Draco has to be at the back, which means I have to be in the front. I don't like it when I'm in the front. Saren found Draco in camp to remind him that he was going to leave for Horus soon. Instead, he found Draco's twin sister. How do I look? Am I a pretty piece of work or what? They really should have changed his graphic to actually make it look like he actually looked different. He looks exactly the same. No, it was only Draco with 2 apples in his top and a flower in his hair. Why? That would have been so worth it for them to change that graphic. We're not going anywhere with you looking like that. It's my disguise. It's my disguise. An apple slipped down and out of his robes, leaving him with only one. No. Well, what else can I do? I already said no to the mustache. I said no to you coming with me, period. But I want to. You asked me to do this because you couldn't. What's the point if you come too? You do need me to go, don't you? Yes, that's why I'm going with a disguise. Saren plucked the flower out of Draco's hair, and the mage pouted harder. I'm leaving now. Saren turned and left the sulking mage at the camp. Of course he's going to join us, because I need him in my party if we're going to survive these 2 or 3 fights. He crossed the plains to reach Horus, an imperial city of magic. The Magic Academy was the centerpiece of the city and the seat of power for its leaders. As Saren walked through the streets, he saw how much the city had come to depend on magic. Everyday objects were animated, signs were glittering, the potion shops were on every corner. So basically this is the Tevinter Imperium. Saren pushed through the city and into the grand halls of the Magic Academy. The Magic Academy looks a lot like Rammus's relative's house, or estate, or castle, or whatever. Wizards of all ages were walking with haste to their destinations. After a moment of awe, Saren approached an ebony desk to get oriented. Excuse me, I'm here on behalf of a mage that used to attend here. I need to collect his belongings. The name? Draco Firestarter. Actually, no, he had a different name. His real name, not the name he gave himself. Wizards stopped what they were doing and stared at Saren like he was from another world. And you are? His cousin. The wizard continued to gawk at him. That won't be a problem, will it? Just a second, please. Saren was abandoned at the desk as the wizard rushed off down the hall to get someone. Excuse me, but did you say the Draco Firestarter? Oh gosh. Saren turned around and almost had a heart attack. See, this, they bothered giving him a beard, but they couldn't give him the apples and the flower, whatever. Draco? Pish posh, I'm his uncle. I said don't come, and that disguise is awful. You'll be spotted. Long beards are the style now. You're going to look weird without one, actually. What is that? Is that animal hair? Yeah, it's sort of scratchy. Sir? Saren was startled again. He turned around to see Anne Grumpy Dwarf. Anne Grumpy Dwarf Wizard looking disapprovingly at him. I am Master Howl, the head professor. You said you were Derry's cousin. Yes, Derry. He told you his real name was Derry. And who is that? His uncle. I mean, my father? My father. Draco averted his eyes and looked around the room as Master Howl inspected him. We weren't aware he had family. Or at least family that was willing to admit it. Tell me about it. That guy is a total loser. Draco elbowed Saren secretly. I see. Follow me. Howl guided them through the halls. Open doors revealed young magicians practicing alchemy and chanting spells. I don't know what you would want with that mage's possessions. He had only his academy-issued robes and some toys. Illegal toys, mind you. We do not permit that kind of frivolity. Not even for kids? Like tricks. But, I heard he also had a pendant with him. No, I would have known of it. Unauthorized jewelry is also forbidden. Oh wow, it's Shambhara's house. What's Shambhara's hut doing here in the wizard school? Master Howl abruptly turned to a storage room. You'll find a box with his name somewhere here. Thank you. But Howl was out of the room and the door was slammed shut before he could finish. Saren was taken aback by how callous the professor had been. He seems like a barrel of fun. Typical him. I hated him so much. Which was okay because he hated me too. Saren looks over the names of the boxes and spots a familiar name. Chambara? Oh, this is why this place looks exactly like Chambara's hut. She made her hut look exactly like this school's storage room. Or was it the other way around? It shall forever be a mystery. Was this the same dark witch shapeshifter? All right, here I am. Draco opened his box and flipped through his things. As Howl had said it, only his robes and some toys were inside. What kind of toys are we talking about here, Draco? Anything? It's not here. Do you think it was stolen? Yeah, maybe. Maybe by wart-faced Mr. Howl. How about Mrs. Howl? Did they just come back from Gilligan's Island? I meant by a student. Do you really think he would take it? Draco went to open the door, but he couldn't. Uh-oh. It's not opening. What's wrong? Maybe it's stuck. No, it's locked. See? I told you he was evil. Draco ripped his fake beard off. He knew it was me and locked me in here. That's ridiculous. Why would he want to lock you in a room, even if he knew it was you? I told you he hated me. What did you do to him? Why'd you have to ask that? Like I deserved it. He hated me because I was me, that's all. You're hiding something, Draco. Don't lie to me. A sudden explosion rocked the entire academy. Saren and Draco froze. They could hear mass panic on the other side of the door. What was that? What's wrong? I don't know, but I know we have to get out of here. Draco shot a burst of flame at the door and turned it into ash. The Pokemon trainer? They could now see young children fleeing down the hall. They stepped out and saw what they were running from. Troll? Oh, demons. What are demons doing here? And why are they resistant to fire? That one is. Okay. Wow. Alright. Yeah, well, this one seems to be really weak against my arrows, so there you go. We're gonna flame on. Yeah. Ugh. Nicely done. Cure, heal. Boo. Boo. Nice. Burn him. You gonna die. You gonna die. That's what I thought. Alright, I need some time to recover my magics. Because you're resistant to fire anyway, so... Oh, and you've got some tough hides. It's just a matter of time. Rude. Alright, we should be done with this now. Take him out. Nice. Good. What are demons doing here? So these accidents didn't stop happening after I left? Figured. You call this an accident? Screams for help kept them from conversing. They rushed to aid of some mage children. Ooh, wow. Why are they all resistant to fire? Oh. They all had to be resistant to fire. Alright, aim the shot. Might as well just use my magic to attack this. Oh, boo. Alright, first of all, heal. Draco, move up here. I gotta transform a target to half uncorporeal being, increase the defense by 70% and speed by 20%. Lasts for 3 turns. Let's do this. Alright, and then heal you by a lot. And then... Ugh. Oh my. Bring it back to life. Oh, jeez. This is not going well. Bring him back to life. Alright. Get a huge thing of healing. Let's give ourselves a ward. Like a big ward. And then heal myself a lot. Okay, right. Okay, give him a big vitality potion. And he can heal himself by a lot. Ugh.